I could travel anywhere in the past, it would be the first Super Bowl.
If I could go back in time, I'd go back to when basketball was first created so I could play with the makers of basketball.
If I could travel to any point in time for any historical event, I would probably go to the Wright brothers' first flight in the Outer Banks. I think that would be really cool.
I would travel back in time to see magical stuff happen.
If I could go back in time, I'd go back in time to when bacon was invented.
I would go back in time to my parents' wedding. I'd go back to the first lacrosse game in history.
I'd go back to see amazing concerts in the 70s like Led Zeppelin, AC/DC, and the Beatles.
If I could travel back in time to a historical event, I'd travel back in time to when the Declaration of Independence was signed so I could sign it too. If I could go back in time, I would go back to the time when bow ties were invented.
I would go back to the 2008 Olympics when the USA men's 400 freestyle relay team touched out the fridge because it was awesome.
I would go back to the 70s when the music was actually good.
I would travel back to see the Dream Team.
I would go back to yesterday when I did the Alpine Tower swing because that was awesome.
If I could go back to any historical moment, I would want to be there when the couch was invented because that was a great $1 million idea.
I would want to go back and meet George Washington so I could shake his hand and get his autograph.
If I could go back in time, I'd like to see Abe Lincoln do all his good things.
If I could go back in time, I'd go back to see England win the World Cup in 1966.
I would go back in time to see the French and Indian War. If I would go back in time, I would want to go see the first Olympics and see how it's different from today's Olympics.